Number one, the following grid shows a restaurant's floor plan. There are 4 food stations centered at points A, B, C, and D. The following diagrams for these 4 points is shown. Point A is not shown. 1 unit represents 1 meter. Point B is located at 2,6. The equations of the perpendicular bisector of AB is y equal 4. Write down the coordinates of A. Now look this diagram. Since y equal 4 is a horizontal line, the segment AB must be vertical. One. Why? Because the perpendicular bisector is perpendicular to AB. So if B 2,6 here, then A must also have x equal 2 here, because on this x, okay, this axis. So let's assume that A A2, y, A coordinate point A. And the midpoint of AB must lie on this line, must lie on y equal 4, right? Since coordinate point A2, y, A2, y, and B 2,6, the midpoint is 2 plus 2, 2 plus 2 divided by 2, y plus 6 divided by 2. And it becomes 2, y plus 6 divided by 2. And if you look on the diagram, that this coordinate point lies on y equal 4. Okay. So we can determine y equal 4, because this is y, this is x, this is y, and if y equal 4, it means y plus 6 over 2 equal 4. So y plus 6 equal 8, and y equal 8 minus 6 equal 2. So the coordinate point A, x, y, this is x, this is y, 2, 2. Next question. Points C and D are located at 9,0 and 10,6 respectively. Find the coordinates of the midpoint of CD, the equations of the perpendicular bisector of CD. Give your answer in the form y equal mx plus c. M is the gradient, so we need to find gradient first. Next. B, part 1. The midpoint of CD, the coordinate point, 9 plus 10 by 2, 0 plus 6 by 2. Why? Because coordinate point C is 9,0 and coordinate point D is 10,6. So the midpoint like this, and CD is 19 half, 3. This is the midpoint of CD. Next, we need to find first the gradient of CD. The gradient of CD is 6 minus 0 over 10 minus 9, and it equals 6 because 6 divided by 1. After that, we need to find gradient. Okay, the gradient perpendicular. I would like to writing m perpendicular like this, multiply n CD. If perpendicular, it means the multiplication equal minus 1. So m perpendicular multiplied by 6 equal minus 1, and m perpendicular equal minus 1 over 6. Now substitute into this equation, y minus y1 m x minus x1. This is the gradient using this one, and the coordinate point x and x1 and y1 is 19 half, comma 3. So substitute this information into this equation. So y minus 3 equal minus 1 over 6, x minus 19 half. Scroll down first, and after that, it's going to be y equal minus 1 over 6x plus 19 over 12 because 6 times 2 plus 3. So it's going to be the equation y equal minus 1 over 6, 12 times 3 plus 19, 55. 55 over 12. This the equation. Question C. Customers in the restaurant take their food from the nearest food station. The following table shows the average waiting time in minutes for each food station. This is the table. Using nearest neighbor interpolation, find the average waiting time for a customer at point 4, 6. Based on that information on the table, okay, we need to find the closest from A2, 2, the closest to 9 based on the information. If you look on the table, A closest to 9, B closest to 5, C closest to 10, and D closest to 7. Next, B 2, 6 closest to 5, and then C 9, 0, 10, D 10, 6 to 7. Next, we need to calculate the distance. The distance from the coordinate point 4, 6 to A. First, from 4, 6 to coordinate point A, 2, 2. So the distance equals square root 4 minus 2 squared plus 6 minus 2 squared. And the result is square root 20. Next, from 4, 6 to B. B, the coordinate point is 2, 6. And the distance is square root 4 minus 2 squared plus 6 minus 0 squared. 6 minus, 6 minus 6, no, 6 minus 0, 6 minus 6. and it is square root 4. Next, to C. The C corner point is 9,0. Okay, this one. And the distance, square root, from this point to this point is 4. That's 9 squared plus 6 squared. The result is square root 61. Next, from this point to D 10,6. And the distance 4 minus 10 squared, 6 minus 6 squared, it is square root 36 because 6 minus 6 squared. And the closest distance is, because this one, square root 4. The closest distance is to coordinate point B, coordinate point B 2,6, the root 4. So we can state that the average waiting time at coordinate point B is 5 minutes based on this information. B, 5 minutes. Okay, next question. D. The restaurant owner wishes to determine whether customers spend more money during the weekend. She decides to use a two-sample t-test at 5% level of significance. For the t-test, for this test, the null hypothesis is 1, mu1 equal mu2, where mu is the mean amount of money spent by all customers on weekdays, and mu2 is the mean amount of money spent by all customers on weekends. State the alternative hypothesis. Okay, if this is the null hypothesis, it means the alternative hypothesis for H1 is mu1 less than mu2. And this is a one-tailed test, right? The owner considers collecting her sample data from 2 weekdays and 1 weekend by recording the amount spent of the first 12 orders on each of these days. State which one of the following methods best describes the owner's planned sampling. Okay, convenience, systematic, or this one. Convenience. Why? Because the owner is collecting data in a way that's very easy for the owner, not using a structured or randomized method. So this the answer, convenience. State one disadvantage of this sampling technique. I would like to write in here that the answer is the sample. The sample may not be representative of all customers, leading leading to bias results here. Bias results. Okay. So this is the answer of part two. The restaurant owner instead collects the data using simple random sampling. The p-value is 0.0897 for the sample data. State the conclusion for the test. Justify your answer. Okay, part F. Alpha or significance level 0.05 and p-value given 0.0897. So if we compare between significance level and p-value, that 0.0897 greater than 0.05, or p-value p-value greater than significance level. So the conclusion we can state that there is insufficient evidence to reject the null hypothesis. That is the conclusion. Number two, the Scheveningen Ferris wheel's lowest point is 8 meters above sea level, and its highest point is 45 meters above sea level. This is a diagram, highest point, lowest point, and this is the plot. Show that the radius of Ferris wheel is 18.5 meters. Calculate the circumference of the Ferris wheel. Okay. The highest point is 45 meters, and the lowest point is 8 meters. Then the difference equals 45 minus 8 equals 37 meters. So if you look the highest point from sea level, this is the highest point, and this is the lowest point. So it means this from sea level to highest point is 45, and from sea level to lowest point is 8. So like this is 8, and this one is 45. So it means this is the difference is 45 minus 8 is 37 meters. So it means we can determine the radius from this point to this point. Okay, 37 divided by 2. So the radius or R equal 37 divided by 2 equal 18.5 meters. This is part 1. And part 2, circumference. We can determine the circumference. The formula is 2 pi r, or 2 multiply 22 over 7 multiply 18.5 meters, because this is radius, and it is 116.2389, round off, 116 meters. That is the radius. Next question, B. There are ports equally spaced around the wheel that carry passengers. When the wheel rotates 10 degrees, find the distance that a port travels along the circumference. Okay. If 10 degrees, it means like this. Okay. As long as 10 degrees, if this is 10. So we are going to find this distance. Okay. So we need to find circumference. Circumference already calculate. And then B, it means the difference equals 10 degrees over 360 degrees. That's 116 meters. And it equals 3.2288. Round of 3.23 meters. Next question. The height in meters above sea level of a particular point is modeled by the this function AC equal A sine PT plus D for AB greater than 0, where T is the time measured in minutes. The wheel take 15 minutes to complete one revolution. So one revolution, it needs 15 minutes. Find the value of B, find the value of D, hence write down the equations of the sinusoidal model. Okay. C part 1. The general form of the sinusoidal function as ht, we need to get from this function first. Ht equal A sine bt plus d. So we need to find A as well B as well so D. And it has period. The period is P equal 2 pi over B. Since the period of the wheel is 15 minutes, given P equal 15 minutes, and if we substitute 15 into this equation, we can solve B. So it means 2 pi over B equal 15. So B equal 2 pi over 15. And this is 360 over 15 equal 24. So B equal 24. Part 2. D is the highest point plus the lowest point divided by 2. So it means 45 plus 8 divided by 2 equals 26.5. So it means we have to determine first R or the radius. Radius is 18.5, and the value of radius is the value of A. Okay, so this one because this is radius, so A equal 18.5. Now substitute A and B and D values into this equation. So HT part 3. The equations of the sinusoidal model is HT equal 18.5 sine 24t plus 26.5. This is the equation. Next question. Use the model to find the values of t when the height of this pot is 33 meters. So how about if t equal 33? Above sea level for t interval 0 to 15, right? So if ht equal 33, the equation becomes 33 equal, sorry, 33 equal 18.5 sine 24t plus 26.5, and we can set becomes 18.5 sine 24t equal 33 minus 26.5, and sine 24t equal, this is 6.5 over 18.5. So it means sine 24t equals 0.351, so on. And then we are going to find t. So sine 24t equals sine minus 1 of 6.5 over 18.5. Okay, so 24t equal 20.5699 on. So it means t equal 20.569 on divided by 24, and the result is 0.857 on. Round off becomes 0.5, sorry, 0.57, I mean 0.57 meters. Right. And the second value of t, 24t equal pi minus 20.5699 on, and t equal pi minus 20.5699 on divided by 24, and the result is 6.642916. Round off 6.64 meters. So there are two values of t, one and one. So Ferris, the Ferris wheel takes 15 minutes to complete one revolution. Okay. For the next question, see the Ferris wheel open. It has been operating for 3,000 days, and each day it rotates non-stop for 8 hours. Calculate the total number of revolutions that the Ferris wheel has made. Give your answer in the form of 8 times 10 power lambda, where where a times 10 power k, sorry, where a intervals 1 to 10 and k is an integer. Okay. As the information that Ferris wheel takes, the Ferris wheel takes 15 minutes for one revolution, for one full revolution. So revolution per hour, we need to determine first. Revolution per hour equals 60 over 15, and it is 4 revolution per hour. And then the revolution per day equal 4, because per hour, 4 times 8. Through the information, we know that the Ferris wheel operates 8 hours each day. So That's why we are going to calculate 4 times 8, and it is 32 revolution per day. Now the total revolution equal 32 times 3000 because 3000 days, and it is 36,000 revolution, and sorry, 96, not 96 because 3 times 3 is 96,000, and we are going to convert 10,000 revolution, 9.6 times 10 power 4 revolution. This one. This is 9.6. Number 3, a survey was answered by 20,000 expatriates, people living in a country that is not their own. The data ranked countries in order of the country they felt was best for expatriates. The highest ranked country was Switzerland. These results were compared to happiness scores taken from the World Happiness Report 2022. The following table shows this data for the top 10 expatriate countries. For the happiness score, find the upper quartile, find the interquartile range. I'm writing here. So the first step, we need to sort the happiness score from the lowest 0.6, after that 0.2. If you evaluate on the table, 6.5, 6.6, 6.7, 7.0, 7.2, 7.2, 7.4, 7.5. The first step, we need to determine median. So median or Q second. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, it means we have to divide 10 divided by 2 equal 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So median or Q2 located here. This is Q2. And it means median equal 6.7 plus 7.0 divided by 2, and it is 6.85. This is Q2. And for the upper quartile, between 7.2 and 7.4, that is for upper quartile or Q3. So Q3 is 7. Between sorry, not one, between, sorry, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 1, 2. Also it means this one. This is Q3 and Q1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, it means this one. This is Q first, Q1. So Q3 is 7.2. This is upper quartile. And then for this is the first question. And the second question is the interquartile. So we need to determine Q1 is 6.5. So the interquartile range or IQR equals 7.2 minus 6.5. It is 0.7. Next question. Show that Switzerland's happiness score is not an outlier for this data. All right, I'm going to look the space up here. To check the happiness score, okay, to check the happiness score 7.5 is an outlier. We have to find the lower bound. Okay. First, the lower bound. The lower bound is Q1 minus 1.5 times IQR, and it is 6.5 minus 1.5 times 0.7. And if you calculate, the result is 5.45 because 6.5 minus 1.05, it is 5.45. And after that, the upper bound. For the upper bound is Q3 or upper quartile plus 1.5 times IQR. And it is 7.2 plus 1.5 times 0.7. And if calculate this, the result 7.2 plus 1.05. It is 8.25. So we can state that since 7.5 less than 8.25, it means that Switzerland is not an outlier. So Switzerland is not an outlier. Next question. C. The happiness scores were ranked to calculate Spearman's rank correlation coefficient, RS. These ranks are shown in the following table. This table. Write down the value of A, value of B, the value of C. Okay. The New Zealand happiness score 7.2. So we need to 7.2. This one, New Zealand. I will put the right thing here, right? So the New Zealand happiness score is 7.2, and it ranks equal 3 plus 4 over 2 and equal 3.5. So it means A equal 3.5. Next, for Spain, the Spain happiness score is 6.5 and it rank equal 8 and it is point of B. And after that, Australia happiness score is 7.2 and it rank equal 3 plus 4 divided by 2 and it's equal 3.5 and it is C. So A equal 3.5, B equal 8 and C equal 3.5. Next question. Find RS. Okay. And after that, its friends, oh, sorry. Oh yeah, this one. A friend's happiness score is upgraded to 6.9. Explain why the value of RS does not change. Okay. D part 1. So we need to find the differences or D between the expatriate rank and happiness rank for each country and find the D squared. So I would like to create the table. Uh, I will move here the table. Table. This is table. This is country, and the expatriate rank, expat rank, and this is the happiness rank. Okay, and country are Switzerland, New Zealand, Spain, Australia, Cyprus, Portugal, Ireland, UAE, France, and Netherlands. This is one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10. And the happiness rank 1, 3.5, 8, 3.5, 9, 10, 5, 7, 6, and 2. Now we are going to find D, the difference. D, 1 minus 1 equals 0, 2 minus 3.5 minus 1.5, 3 minus 8 minus 5, 4 minus 3.5 is 0.5. This is minus 4. This is minus 4. This is 2. This is 1. This is 3. And this is 8. And after that, D squared 0. And this is 2.25. 25. This is 0.25. And this one is 16. 16. 4, 1, 9, and 64. Now, substitute this information. I would like to calculate first the sigma d squared. If you calculate all of this, 137.5. That is sigma d squared. Right. Next. We are going to find RS, calculate RS. RS is 1 minus 6 sigma d squared over n squared minus 1. And it's going to be 1 minus 6 times 137.5 divided by 10 times 10 minus 1. Sorry, minus 1. And it becomes 1 minus, this is 825, 0, divided by 990. Go down first. And if you calculate, it is 1 minus 0.8333, so on. And it is 0.16666, so on. And it is 0.167. So this is the value of RS, the Spearman rank correlation coefficient. Okay. The next question. Oh, now, okay, I have provided my explanation about that question, part 2. This is my answer. This one I provided here. Okay, so I would like to put here. Okay, okay, this one. So this is my answer for part two. The next question. I think this is clear. Part D, part E, I mean. Jose concludes from this data that countries with high happiness scores are likely to be favorite expatriate countries. State with a reason whether Jose's conclusion is appropriate. Okay, provided as well. This is my answer for this one, for part E. Okay, this is part E. I think clear. Number four, sweets are sold in cylindrical containers. A new label for the containers is being considered. The label will be rectangle that is 5 centimeters wide and 9 centimeters high. The design on the label is a curve as shown on the following axis, where 1 unit represents 1 centimeter for both axes. The values in the table approximate points on the curve, correct to 1 decimal place. This is the table. Use the trapezoidal rule with 5 intervals and the values given in the table to estimate the shaded area below the curve. Okay. The total width of the table is 5 centimeters. Since there are 5 intervals, the width of each interval, or h, is equal 5 minus 0 over 5, 1 centimeters. Now, using trapezoidal formula to find A, we can state that A equal h half y0 times 2 sigma I equal 1 to n minus 1 of y1 plus yn 1. So we can writing that h equal 1 half by 0 is 6.0, 2 times 1.7. You can see on the table, 0 plus 4.7 plus 4.3. And if you calculate, the result is 15.85, or you may round off, becomes 15.9. The unit is centimeters squared. Question B. The curve used in the label design can be modeled by this equation. Write down the integral that represents the area of the shaded region, hence find the area of the shaded region. Okay, so the integral, and after that calculate the area. B, part 1. And the integral 0 to 5 of the function 1/3 x cubed plus 3x squared minus 7x plus 6 dx. This is part 1. And part 2, calculate the area 5. Now, I would like to find the integral of this expression minus 1 over 12, x power 4, x cubed, minus 7 half, x squared, plus 6x. After that, substitute 5 and 0 into this expression. But if we substitute 0, it's going to be 0 all. So it's going to be minus 1 half times 5 to the power 4, 5 cubed, minus 7 half, 5 squared, plus 6 times 5, minus 0, because of all of this equals 0. And if you calculate, the result is 185 over 12, or in decimal, 15.4166 on, round off becomes 15.4 centimeters squared. Next question, C. Oh, B already. The sweets are sold in closed cylindrical containers with radius R and height H. The whole container is made from one type of material, and it is assumed that the thickness of the material is negligible. Each container has a volume of 600 centimeters cubed. Write down an equation in terms of R and H that shows this information. Okay. C. The volume of cylindrical container is given by the formula V equal pi r squared times H. If the volume 400 centimeters cube, so it means the equation becomes pi r squared H equal 400. This is the equation. Next question, D. The amount of material used for each container can be modeled by the external surface area of the container. The external surface area A of the container can be expressed as 1. Find the value of K, this K. All right. Part D, from part C, this equation, pi r squared H, so it means H equal 400 over pi r squared. Now, substitute into lateral surface area. The lateral surface area formula, LSA, lateral surface area formula, 2 pi r h. Now, substitute h into this formula, 2 pi r times 400 over pi r squared, divided equal 1, and it's divided as well, r here, and 2 times 800, 2 times 400 becomes 800 over r, and this is K. So K equal 800. Well, next question, E. Find dA dr. Given that A has a minimum value, find the value of R that will minimize the material used. E. Total external surface area formula is the total surface area, the external surface area formula, A equal 2 pi r squared plus H is 800, the K is 800, I mean, over R. Or I would like to write in 2 pi r squared plus 800 r to the power minus 1. So it means dr equal 4 pi r minus 800 r power minus 2, like that. Or dr equal 4 pi r minus 800 over r squared, like this. This is part 1. Part 2. We need to set that the r equals 0. It means this expression equals 0. So it's going to be 4 pi r minus 800 over r squared equals 0. And then I would like to to multiply with r squared. So it's going to be 4 pi r cubed minus 800 equals 0. And it becomes 4 pi r cubed equal 800. So r cubed 800 over 4 pi. 800 divided by 4 equal 200. 4 pi. And r equal cube root, because r cubed, this one, 200 over pi. And if you calculate, the result is 3.99294, or round off becomes 3.99 centimeters. Next question. F. The containers are made so that the surface area is minimized. The 5 centimeters by 9 centimeters rectangular level is to be glued to the curved surface of the container. Show that the level will fit on the container. F. If R equal 3.99, so it means we can find H equal 200 over pi R squared. It means pi times 3.99 squared. And if you calculate, the result is 7.9858 on, or round off, becomes 7.99 centimeters, like that. If width 2 pi r, so it means 2 times 22 over 7 times 3.99 equal 25.0984, or 25.1 centimeters. So we can state that the longest dimension of the level, 7 centimeters, is less than both values, and hence the level will be, better if I write here, that the longest dimension of the level, 7 centimeters, is than less than both values. So the level Right, sorry. The level will fit in uh, in in any in any ratio in any rotation. I mean, so this the conclusion. The level will be fit. Number five, Gaurica is designing a tent in the shape of a right pyramid with a regular hexagonal base, center M. The length of each side of the base is 2 meters. The length of its sloping edge is 3.4 meters. And the distance between each vertex on the base and M is 2 meters, as shown in the diagrams. These diagrams. The top of the tent T will be supported by a vertical pole from M. Find the length of the pole MT. If M here, based on this information, this is the base of this tent. It means the M position here. Okay, so we need to find TM or MT. Slide. Right, so I would like to create the right angle triangle. This MT, okay, and this side is 3.4, and then this side is 2. So MT equals square root of 3.4 squared minus 2 squared. And if you calculate, the result is 2.7495 round off becomes 2.75. The unit is in meters. That is A. Next, B. The hexagonal base can be divided into 6 equilateral triangles. Find the area of the base, the volume of the tent. The part one, area of base, it means area of hexagon. Area of base or area of hexagon, 3 square root 3 half times s squared, or 3 square root 3 half times 2 squared, and the result is 6 square root 3 meter squared. Next, volume equal 1/3 times base area times h, the height. So 1/3 times 6 square root 3 times 2.75, this one, equal 9.524 or 9.52 meter cube. Next question. C. Oh, find the value of angle MAT. Okay. Angle MAT. C. We need to using cosine, but angle M I will sketch first. MAT, MAT. Okay, this angle. So this side is 2, This is 3.4 and this is 6 square root 3. So angle MAT equal cosine, cosine angle MAT is 2 over 3.4. Okay. Or angle MAT we can find through arc cosine or cosine power minus 1 of 2 over 3.4. And the result is 53.981, so on, or 54 degrees. And if you convert into radians, it is 0.9419 radians. Wow. Next question, D. For extra support, Gaurika decides to attach a rope with length 2.6 meters to the tent at a point X on the edge AT. The rope will be fixed to the ground at point Y such that the rope XY is straight. When the Y, A, and B lie on a straight line, angle AYX 35 degrees. This is shown on these diagrams. Find AY. Let's find this side AY. Right. So I would like to construct the triangle like this. So this is 35 and this is 53. And 6, 8, so on. Y is A, this is X. Okay, so angle YAX equal 180 minus 53.96812 on 126.03188. So this angle, this is YAX. And next angle YXA, this angle equal 180 minus 35 because this is 35 minus 126.03188 so on and equal 18.9681 so on degrees. So this is angle YXA, this angle. Now let's substitute into sine rule that AY over sine YXA equal 2.6 over sine 126.0318. And if you calculate, it's gonna be, wait, I will arrange like this first. 2.6 over sine 126.031 on times sine 18.968 on, and the result is 1.04503 on, round off becomes 1.05 meters. So this is AY. So next question. For decoration at night, Gaurika wants to fix a strip of light from point A to A point Z along the rope XY. The strip of light AZ is right and has length 0.9 meters. Find the two possible values of YZ. If we construct the the triangle like this, okay. So this is YA, C, and this side is 1.045035, and this side is 0.9. So the first value you can calculate through sine rule that sine YZA over YA equals sine 35 over 0.9, because this is 35. Okay, so it's going to be here sine YZA over 1.04503 equal sine 35 is 0.5735 on by 0.9. So sine YZA equal this number multiplied by this number, this fraction, I mean, and the result is 0.6660082 on. And we're going to find angle YZA is arc sine or sine power minus 1 of 0.6660082 on, and the result is 41.7597 degrees. Scroll down first. So we can calculate angle YAZ. Angle YAZ equal 180 minus 35 minus this angle 41.7597 degrees, and the result is 103.24027, so on. So this is angle YAC. Next, this is the first value. And the second value, for the second value, scroll down first, the second value, if angle YCA equal 180 minus 41.75972 on equal 183.240 on. So it equal angle YAC. Okay, this one angle YCA. So angle YAC equal 180 minus 138.24028 and minus 35 also. It's minus 35 equal 6.75972. Now substitute into sine rule becomes YC over sine 6.75972 over 0.9 equals 0.9 over sine 35. I need more space. So it's going to be YC equal 0.9 over sine 35 0.5735, okay, times sine 6.7597 on, and the result is 0.184692, round off 0.185. So there are two possible values, two possible values of YC are 1.53 meters and 0.185 meters.